simple one here. Is AEW hot right now?
AEW's lukewarm. AEW's lukewarm.
Okay.
And here's what it is. I think we've said this before on the show, but I think for our new listeners and viewers, I think they need to know that the absence of CM Punk has hurt business for AEW. It's as simple as that. Because Punk is so polarizing, and because he had so many guys coming at him in a kind of shootish interviews, like I'll never forget the face-to-face with Eddie Kingston. It was uncomfortable, right? It was not wrestling. I don't know what that
Right.
was, but there was a realism there. Hangman Page, same thing, face-to-face with CM Punk. And so I just think that Punk in the ring, Punk as champion, Punk on the mic, I think that just lit a fire under AEW. And he was good for business. And nothing against the young wrestlers in the company, Brian. But the point is that Punk and his return after 9-10 years away from the business, I'm there at the United Center. I haven't heard a roar like that since Jordan played. When he's there and there's grown men crying next to me that CM Punk returned, that means that he struck a chord. People missed him. And so I just think that ever since then, AEW struggled to find that guy, that lightning rod. And I think, sure. Even though I like Will Ospreay and you like Will Ospreay too, until he's champion, we don't know whether or not he can even reach that, that goal, that lofty goal of being the guy, must watch, sell out crowd, must see, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, to me, my answer is yes, because I feel like the way we're at storyline right now, there are a lot of things in AEW that are just working storyline wise. You mentioned Ospreay, him versus Hangman in a few weeks. You can make a case either way who's going to win that match and who ultimately is going to win the title. Like, there's interest there. They've made Megan Bayne continue to be a star despite losing at the last pay-per-view and the way she's involved. The Mercedes stuff right now. Even the Mox involvement, and maybe it's because they're not forcing him down our throat as much right now. We get him in a cage next week. We know he's going to retain there. But Mox is a little bit more interesting because of Samoa Joe. The Young Bucks are wrestling the best Young Buck matches in years. Like, since they've made their return, they have been bangers right now. There is a lot of good going on in AEW. And also, I think the fact that there is a lot of bad in WWE and a lot of not interesting stuff going on, I think makes AEW
I would
that
say
much
that
more interesting.
AEW is on an upswing, but they still have some to go. Like, you'll know when they are hot when they take the title off of Jon Moxley. Imagine last night on Dynamite, for instance, in Detroit, where there's this whole thing where they're beating down Claudio Castagnoli, where it's Joe and there's Hobbs and they're taking him apart, right? Well, somewhere along the line, it would have been cool for Joe to get that briefcase. If the briefcase is out there, just pry it open, just show the championship. Do we have to wait until all in Texas to actually see the title? Imagine just saying I pried it open, and so people can get a glimpse of what it looks like, right? What is everyone fighting for? The championship, and you haven't seen it since October, which is bad business. It's lukewarm because you know when AEW is hot, Brian. You remember when it's hot, like 8,000-9,000 people. They go place to place and sell out arenas and on Wednesdays. And I kept saying that, man, if you can just get people to come out of their homes on a Wednesday to come see your product, that's pretty good. Major League Baseball can't get people out of their homes to see their product, right? So I guess my whole thing is like AEW is trending in the right direction. I love that they're going to small arenas because that's where they belong at this point in time until they can build up. But until they find that guy, that must see, I just think that they're still less than, but you would think at this particular time, you are correct. Continue your momentum because without the bloodline, what is the WWE?
Right. Yeah, it's just stuff happening and, for no reason. And that's the thing. I think I'm almost ignoring the world title situation, ignoring the Death Riders, and focusing on so many other things. I mean, MJF, who's a future star of this company, the stuff he's doing with the Hurt Business, that has been very entertaining every single week right now. And you're waiting for that payoff. And MJF's in that weird, he's a heel, he's a face. And I think Hurt Business is sort of in that gray area also. We're getting a lot of good stuff where it's like, all right, he'll drop the title in July, we think that then. But there's so much else going on right now that's working that I'm entertained by everything they're putting out on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah, I am too. I believe that they're going in the right direction. That is for sure. But again, you have to be able to attract the audience, maybe once they get past the NHL and the NBA playoffs, maybe that they'll have more attention ramping up to All In Texas. But I just think that at this particular time, this company is going in the right direction. I think it's a little bit more focused than it has been before. It doesn't feel scattershot, like it has before.
Yeah, like even we mentioned Speedball, like there's the team with Kevin Knight and like the fact that that's happening every week. Like there's consistency there. The Hangman and Ospreay stuff, I was curious to see how they were going to build it with multiple weeks before setting the match and then ultimately getting to Revolution. And we're building that now week in and week out. Mercedes is involved in a lot. Like there's a lot of good stories that have continuity right now, which is not something we always see in the AEW world.
That women's division for AEW is red hot.
Oh my God!
There's a lot of people there and getting meaningful TV time. Like Megan Bain, like you see more Penelope Ford. I think I like to see more Penelope Ford. There's so many that's really out there on television more often that at some point Mercedes Championship's going to be gone. Like there's too many women for her to continue to hold up. And again, that's good for the overall brand, I think, for AEW.
Yeah, like that 4-way on Wednesday night, like to roll that out there sort of shows the talent. You have someone like Thunder Rosa, a former champion, that you could just break in case of emergency. Like, oh yeah, go out there and put on a banger. Like that women's division is so ridiculously strong right now in AEW.